Good evening, everyone. I'm Anna from Group 6, and today we'll be presenting to you our Assessment 3 on MBS663 module. And along with me are my teammates, namely Sean Chia, Jodie, Nada, Phil Sui, and myself. So what we'll be talking about today is a company that is facing as paradoxes and polarity in work between the staffs and management. So without further ado, let's continue. A little bit of the company background that we're doing. So this business started off in 2015 by Nada as the owner. So what happened is Nada did a very good job. There's a lot of money coming in, business improved, and she expanded the business to a catering arm when Sean Chia came in as a partner in 2023. And then, of course, Mingle and Munch, events and catering and cafe business is then born. So right now, our business is open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, 7 days a week, and we're supported by 47 staffs, 3 managers, and 2 directors. So under the management hierarchy structure, I would like to share with you is Sean is the director for events and catering, Nada as the cafe director, myself as the operations manager, Phil Sui as the finance and admin manager, Jodie as the sales and marketing manager, and under me, I still have 4 other supervisors, North, South, East, and West, taking care of events, catering, frontliners, IT, and equipment support, respectively. So what is the paradox we are facing? Under the company, we started off as wanting to provide a very well-structured kind of management, and then where all the job scopes are well-defined for the staffs to easily understand and learn from. And that's easy for them to perform as well. But along the way, when we expanded with the catering arm, we also wanted to inject some flexibility culture into our business. And so what the company is viewing is that because this will provide work-life balance, will promote work-life balance, and then encourages open communication, flexibility in leave application. We believe this will make the staff very happy. But then again, it clashes. So who is in the paradox? Obviously, the first part of it will be the staffs. We have staffs from the catering and we have staffs from the cafe business. But every day they're floating around aimlessly and they do not know what exactly to do. And so, as the manager, I find it very difficult and frustrating to wonder, to find out where are my staffs today? I cannot find them anywhere. And then what are they doing right now? Okay, so this is the problem I'm facing. So now I bring you to our polarity map, whereby we'll be showing you the pros and cons of our Okay, now I bring you to our polarity map where I show you where is our stakeholders involved. Okay, obviously the stakeholders involved in this situation, namely will be the staffs and the management. And then we are going to show you under the polarity map the pros and cons of a structured way of working culture versus a flexible working culture. So right now, under the benefits of structured would be defined job scopes, standard SOP, easier to train, manage, and assess the staff. Performance is consistent, easier to manage the staff. There's confident staffs in their roles because they already know what they're supposed to do, and there's lesser ambiguities for them. And under the negatives will be lesser innovation is required from the staff to solve any problem. It limits the creativity to think of new solutions. And sometimes the staffs will also be frustrated and angry because they find that our methods are outdated and the methods are rigid. And right now, we also find that we are limited in capacity on new changes, and it's difficult to adapt in dynamic environment when now we have the catering arm. So, if our management would really like to hold on to this structured working culture, then the action steps by our management will be, first of all, clear work operation manual must be provided. Standard operation procedure on workflow must be conveyed to our staff. We need to provide regular training for our staff, avenue for employees' feedback to improve on our procedures, regular role plays and assessments to see how well are they doing in their job roles to assess them, consistent affirmation of the employees' contributions to make them feel appreciated, along with recognitions and awards. And we also need to provide them a clear career path progression so that they know when am I actually getting promoted. Now, the early warnings by the staff, the early warning signs by the staff will be under structured, refusal to take on more roles. They will tell you that they can only do the minimum. They're not able to step up to new roles or responsibilities. And they will tell you, hey, I've been doing this all the time. Then why should I do a new way now? So I've been doing it the old way. And they have a decline in motivation to work. They will come in late or throw you more and more MCs. And they'll be pointing fingers at management and saying, oh, because manager didn't do this, because manager is like that, that's why I'm doing this. And there's a lack of confidence when you ask them for anything out of the job scope. There's a lack of feedback and lack of responsiveness from the staff. Now on to the benefits of flexible working culture. We have, it promotes innovation and creativity in the staff to solve problems. They have higher adaptability to change. There's a work-life balance and more freedom for the staff. There's a relaxed working culture that makes them want to come back to work. And of course, higher employee engagement is expected. Now, the negatives of a flexible working culture, if you lean too much to it, is, like now, we have chaotic workflow as mentioned by our managers. We have ambiguous job roles as mentioned by our staff. There's no consistency in the way that they work. It's difficult to assess the performance, especially for me. I find that I cannot assess their performance or evaluate them, whether they're doing it right or wrong. And when things happen, it's hard to pinpoint responsibilities or know who exactly is in the wrong or what exactly went wrong. So it's really very difficult to train them at this moment. However, if our management would really like to hold on to this flexibility or blend in with the structure, here are the action steps by management that we can take for the flexibility working culture. First, we encourage the staff on active feedback for improvement on workflow. We would like to engage staff regularly at personal level, maybe invite them for KTV or coffee and tea, or maybe movie night. Provide SOP to apply for proposed change in operations. Invest in team building activities to gel the team together. Empower the staff for key decision making in process. And educate the staff on taking responsibilities and ownership of their roles. So the early warning signs by staff under flexibility working culture would be, there's a confusion about job roles, there's confusion on responsibilities, disappearing acts expected, long smoke or toilet breaks when you can't find your staff, you are unable to complete, the staff will tell you they are unable to complete their task on time, and some will be complaining about being overworked because there's a uneven distribution of work. Then of course the staff will be pointing fingers at colleagues or even the management, and you will see there's an increased calling in of sick MCs thrown into you from the staff, and eventually increase in attrition of staff. So the values involved under the polarity map that we have drawn out is, company would really like to hold on to these values actually: clarity and structure, efficiency and productivity, and employment satisfaction and engagement. So now let me pass the mic over to Nada.
Hello everyone, I'm Nada, and I'm one of the owner of Mingle and Munch, and I'm here going to talk about the key tasks that need to be performed in Mingle and Munch, the adaptive and technical components, and the stakeholders in the adaptive component. So, the core problem that are frustrating for me is the lack of effective implementation of the company's ideal working culture. This failure leads to demoralization and a lack of support among the staff, which ultimately impacts their productivity, efficiency, and employee engagement. To address this core problem and resolve our frustration, there are several key tasks that need to be performed. First, establishing a structured management style. Implementing a structured management style involves clearly defining roles, responsibilities, and expectations for all employees. This ensures that everyone understands their duties and their job and how they contribute to the company's overall goals. Clear communication channels and regular performance evaluations can help in this matter. The second one, fostering a flexible working culture. It's also important to foster a flexible working culture that allows for adaptation and innovation and creativity. This involves empowering employees to take initiative, experiment with new ideas and more creativity and ideas, and adapt to changing circumstances. Flexible policies regarding work hours, remote work options, and decision-making processes can support this culture. The third one, promoting collaboration and engagement. Encouraging collaboration and engagement among employees is crucial for maintaining a positive work environment. This can be achieved through team building activities, open communication channels, and opportunities for professional development. Recognizing and rewarding employee contributions also fosters a sense of ownership and investment in the company's success. The fourth one, aligning individual and organizational goals. Ensuring that individual goals align with the company's overall objectives helps employees understand how their work contributes to the bigger picture. This alignment can be achieved through regular goal-setting sessions, performance reviews, annual reviews, and feedback mechanism. By performing these key tasks, our cafe can address the paradoxes and create a cohesive and supportive work culture where employees will feel valued, motivated, and empowered to contribute their best efforts. In the problems that I've described, the adaptive components involve addressing underlying issues and adapting to new situations, while the technical components involve implementing management structures, SOPs, and defining job scopes. The adaptive components are lack of clarity of role expectation. Addressing this requires adapting to the dynamic nature of roles and responsibilities within the company and finding ways to provide clarity amidst evolving demands. Second one, lack of alignment of goals. Resolving conflicts between leaders and aligning goals requires adaptive strategies to foster collaboration and mutual understanding. The third one, lack of communication. Improving communication between leaders involves adapting communication styles and channels to ensure effective collaboration and coordination. For the technical components, the first one is implementation of SOPs. Developing and implementing SOPs requires technical expertise to create structured guidelines for staff to follow. The second one, defining job scopes. Clarifying roles and responsibilities involves technical aspects to job design, defining clear boundaries for different positions within the organization. The third one, management structures. Establishing effective management structures involve technical aspects of organizational design, including hierarchy, reporting lines, and decision-making processes. By distinguishing between adaptive and technical components, the organization can develop targeted strategies to address both the underlying issues and the structural aspects of the problem. For the stakeholders in the adaptive challenge include staff, captains, suppliers, customers, and the two owners. Staff are the frontliners employees who are directly affected by changes in roles, communication, and leadership. Captains are the catering and cafe captains who are responsible for managing teams and the operations. Suppliers are those who provide ingredients and resources necessary for the cafe and catering operations. Customers are the individuals who patronize Cafe Mingle and Munch for dining and catering services. The two owners are me and Sean, who have vested interest in resolving the challenges and ensuring the success of the business. For the next questions, I'm going to pass it to my colleague.
I'm Sean, the Director of Catering, and I will be talking about Power Influence Grid, and it is a tool for gaining a better understanding and to categorize stakeholders in an organization. It is based on two key factors, their level of power and their level of influence towards the organization. I will start with high power, high interest and move my way down to low power, low interest. At high power, high interest, we have our main personnel, the owner, director, operation manager, and head chef, which they have the most power within the company and has high interest for the success of the restaurant. Moving on to high power, low interest, we have our managers, where they have high influence within their respective areas, but may not have personal interest for the success of the restaurant, followed by administrative staff, where they have power in decision making, but do not have direct interest in day-to-day operation. with low power, high interest will be our frontline staff and kitchen staff. They may not have significant power within the organization, but they may have high interest of the success of the restaurant, as it may directly affect their livelihood. Ending with low power, low interest are our part-time staff, where they have minimum power and interest in the restaurant success. The main barrier that we are facing will be our alignment goals, as our leaders are split into two divisions. They both have their own goals of success for their own department, and they may not have the same goals in mind, which brings us to the lack of clarity of role expectation, where some of the staff are just floating around waiting for their manager to allocate them whenever catering or cafe side need help, which lead to the lack of work-life balance, as there are no clarity of roles for the employee, making it hard for the manager to do up the roster, and whenever there are not enough staff to run both departments, they are unable to take leave as well. I will pass it on to Jodie.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jodie, the Sales and Marketing Manager in this organization. While hearing the rants of my colleagues, let me summarize some of them by answering question number 9, which capability of the distributed leadership model or the 4-CAP model is limiting progress. But before answering this question, right, let me first show you our organization's performance through sense-making, relating, visioning, and the inventing capability, and the factors that are involved that affects our overall performance. The sense-making capability is poor. Well, what hinders us from understanding what is happening in our day-to-day business operations is that on the part of this staff, the lack of understanding of their job roles leads them to keep moving from the cafe department to the catering department and vice versa. This makes them believe that departmental shifts are non-disruptive to their performance and, of course, to the business operations. For the managers, coordinators, and captains, the lack of awareness of why staff members are not following their assigned roles leads us, of course, I need to include myself here, okay, so leads us to fail to recognize the disconnection between the intended working culture we want and the actual practices within the business. As mentioned in our Polarity Map a while ago, this makes us believe that regular working culture assessment is unnecessary. Well, guess what? When we evaluate, we could use observations or get data from our stakeholders about what is happening, correct? Unfortunately, our understanding of our working culture hinders us from being effective in our sense making. Now, the relating capability is poor. Well, every day we hear our staff say, I have been working here for so many years already. I know what I am doing. And therefore, they are passive and inactive when it comes to absorbing advice from others, or let's say receiving help or constructive criticism from their colleagues. For managers, coordinators, and captains, we are not taking ownership or acknowledging our role in a situation. Instead, we are redirecting the focus away from ourselves, saying it's not my concern, or let's say, does it even matter if we do this, and things like that. Let's say some managers take the root of the problem, but when we open them up with everybody, we resist change despite the apparent shortcomings we all experience. The visioning capability is poor, as the staff currently have difficulty relating with colleagues and in the day-to-day business situation. And as a result, they will fail to advance their career and grow professionally. If only they take the appropriate actions, there will be possibilities for developing their skills and pursuing more opportunities. For managers, coordinators, and captains, we know that it's been occurring daily, but have yet to do something to stop the problem. Our attitude influences our vision, which connects every head in the organization. And as a result, being the sales and marketing manager, we also have a problem strategizing one of our business goals, which is to be competitive with our competitors. Lastly, our inventing capability is also poor, and the staff's conventional way, which is the linear thinking here, of continuing the business operation is to adapt to daily situations and propose innovative solutions passively. They are just passively doing what they are used to do. Meanwhile, the managers, coordinators, and captains, instead of generating new ideas to address the lack of role, we choose to maintain the status quo of the business. Thus, we all lack engagement in design thinking, positive deviance, and of course, the learning that should occur inside the organization. Now, to answer the question, we can say that relating capability limits the progress of our engagement with one another. We fail to work as a team with care and concern and open communication, affecting how we understand the issues we face daily, and that's the sense making. Then, from lack of understanding the context we have, we will not be inspired to achieve our long-term goals for our business and of course for ourselves, leading us to stay conventional, which is our inventing, and blocking continuous learning. It will be an ongoing cycle if we don't address the issues under relating capability. Now let's welcome Fuse A.
Hi everyone, I'm Fuse. I'm Finance and Administration Manager and I have been working for this company for more than 10 years. Today I'm going to present some of the questions related to the capability and then the conclusion parts. Capability is located in individual, teams and organization. Individual capability refers to skills, experiences, and personal qualities that individual possess. It also includes the technical skills related to the jobs or field, as well as the soft skills like communication, problem solving, and teamwork. Individual capability is important in the workplace because it enables the employees to perform their roles effectively and to contribute to the success of the organization. Team capability. Team capability refers to the quality skills, knowledge, dynamics that a team possesses to achieve. It also encompasses the combined expertise of the team member and their ability to work together effectively. Team capability is crucial for achieving the high performance because it enables the team to leverage their strengths, address the challenges, and deliver the results collaboratively. Organizational capability. Organizational capability refers to organization structure, culture, processes, and resources. Also, its ability to adapt to change and innovate during the crisis. Organizational capability is essential for sustainable success because it enables the organization to compete effectively in the marketplace, respond to the customer needs, and to achieve the strategic goal. However, limitation can be hindering the capability. So limitation can be either external or internal. For example, lack of clear directions and communication from the leadership, insufficient trainings and support for the new procedures, lack of motivation from the team leader or the teamwork, stress or burnout due to the overload of the work, lack of the feedbacks and support from the higher ups organization, and resistance to change among staffs. Why limitation is there? The limitation in the capability can be created by a variety of the factors. Take it as an example, past practices and habits, fear of the unknown or job insecurity, and lack of the understanding of the benefits of the change. So when it comes to building up the capability, physically, it involves a deliberate and systematic approach. For example, leadership trainings, clear communications, role clarity, employee involvement, recognitions and rewards, and continuous learning. In conclusion, we have observed that there are 4 key takeaways for every organization and the firms to be successful in the workplace. Firstly, an employee evaluation is crucial for employers and employees to align the goals, review the past challenges, celebrate the accomplishment, and plan for the improvement. Secondly, open conversation in meeting with the employees. That means allowing the people to share the self-assessments of strengths, challenges, and areas for the improvement. Thirdly, organization must provide the clear roles and responsibilities for the employees and must create the work and life balance in order to align individuals' organizational goals. On top of that, organization must appreciate the workers' effort and provide the rooms to grow up the corporate ladder. Last but not least, leadership skills are essential for encouraging the employee engagement so that we can create the positive work culture where employees feel safe, motivated, supported, and empowered to deliver their best efforts. That's all for our Group 6 presentation. We open the floor to you for any other questions. Thank you so much.